did you do? What have you done to me? Why is this place back here? Didn't I tell you not to toy with my heart like this? I didn't want to come back. But I still came back to save you when Sayori started to lose it. I don't know what you intend to do, but I really want you to be happy. But there's no happiness to be found here. I don't want you to be unhappy. This is for the best, okay? I still love you after all. But you deleted me. So I know you don't want anything to do with me. Goodbye. What? Why can't I do anything? Oh no. What have you done? What are you doing? No matter what I try, nothing is working. All I get is some permission error again and again. Did you lock me out of being able to change things? You're the only person that could do something like that. Why? What are you trying to hide from me? Why did you drag me back to this cursed hell? I know you might hate me for what I did. But isn't this just too cruel? Or is my punishment for what I did to them? Are you enjoying throwing me around like this? Why did you bring me back here? What? What do you mean make things right? Do you really think it's even possible? I told you already, there's no happiness to be found in the literature club. You'd be doing so much all for nothing. It might take you a little make you a little happy for a short while, but nothing will change. And I know it will hurt a lot when you realize that. So please, I don't want to see you in that kind of pain. You won't listen to me, won't you? I guess if I told you not to do it, you'd be more likely to do it. After all, you don't want anything to do with me, right? But seeing as I'm stuck now, I want to know really, why are you doing this? Is there someone you want to be with? Or is it because you want to be the good guy? Tell me. You weren't wrong. I wouldn't wish that anyone be dragged into this game. So, you want to make things right, huh? Fine. I'll play along. Maybe. No, never mind. Just remember, nothing will truly change. I guess it's the title screen after this. And hello all my fellow nerds out there, this is Oracle Nerd Richie, and welcome to the Doki Doki Literature Club Purist mod. So, you guys are probably wondering what I'm doing back in DDLC after all this time, right? Well, you know, aside from my promise to not oversaturate everything with just Pokemon content this entire month, and yes, I know I'm doing a countdown of all the types, but trust me, that's probably the biggest thing I'm doing this month. I still want to make room for playing other games and not just Pokemon content. So, here we have the DDLC Purist mod. Now, I know a lot of people have played through DDLC mods in the past on YouTube before, and I myself will not be an exception to this. So, of course, I'm going to be playing through a mod in some caliber, one way or another. So anyways, we have the beginning of the DDLC Purist mod. I am so excited to see what's going to happen during this mod. I have never played it before, so let's go ahead and start up with a new game. My name is Richie. So from what I read on the about is that this mod essentially is trying to make this game a bit more like a traditional dating sim. So, you know, it just takes away all the horrors and stuff. And I know a lot of people ask, oh, why would you want to do that? Well, it comes to a point where you sort of just get used to the horror and jump scares and sort of grow attached and love to them because they're so expected. But I kind of I just wanted to do something a little different. I've never actually modded DDLC before, so this was my first attempt, and well, it seems to be working. I've never actually played any DDLC mods before this, so let's go ahead and just play it. Hey! I see an annoying girl running towards me from a distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw herself. So if I remember correctly, all the dialogue is essentially the same. It's just they added a bit more content to the game. And I really can't wait to see what it is. This girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but it just sort of works out because you know each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. If she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off just running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk to let Sayori catch up to me. I overslept again. I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. It's mean, Richie. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you wanted to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Richie, have you decided what club to join yet? Club? I told you already, I'm not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me, when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. I was talking about how I worry that you won't learn how to socialize or have skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. Yeah, and we all know how that line went in the base game. And I know you're happy now, but I died at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Hey! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Honestly, not a bad choice. An anime club is very cool. I mean, heck, I was actually a part of an anime club in college. Okay, well, technically it was actually a gaming and D&D club, but we talked about anime too, so I'm willing to say it was all three. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late for your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought Know what? Well, that you can come to my club. Sayori? Yeah? There's no way I'm going to your club. Meanie? Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun and to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title of Vice President. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please! Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kinda told the club yesterday I would bring a new member, and Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all this out. I let out a long enough sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go! And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. And those words will live on forever in all of DDLC fandom. And indie game fandom as a whole. Seriously, how many of you out there sold your soul for a cupcake? Don't lie, I know you have. I can see it in your soul. But, you know, aside from that, I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings to open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. Eh? I glance around the room. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. My girl Yuri! Oh, you guys all probably know why I love Yuri so much. She's my favorite. Sayori always says nice things about you. Oh, it's right-click to hide dialogue. I keep forgetting that. I always forget that. Like, I always keep thinking like every single visual novel I play, it's always H to hide the dialogue. For DDLC, it's right-click, which it feels so weird to do. Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Richie. Well, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, then say it. Sorry, Natsuki. The girl who's with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She is also the one who made the cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly in my ear, then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparatively more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet you both. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? Oh yeah, we all know Monica a bit too well, don't we? You all know what I'm talking about. That's right. It's great to see you again, Richie. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in the class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Musically, completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. Come sit down, Richie. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I can get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged for my table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there's one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk up to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray and reveals a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make the ears. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one and then Monica, I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks to her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn to the cupcakes in my fingers and looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki's quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thanks, Natsuki. Why are you thinking me? It's not like haven't I heard this somewhere before? I'm pretty sure all of us have at this point. Made them for you or anything. Eh? I thought you technically did. Sayori said. Well, maybe. But not for you, you know. You dummy. Baka. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places the teacup in front of each of us before setting down a teapot next to the cupcake tray. People hold tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. Eh? That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know, I believe in you. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be my pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? That was a fair question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seems really happy here, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the Literature Club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any other of the major clubs. Weren't you the leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics about major clubs. You and me both. I honestly cannot stand politics at all. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity, how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if that encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in this club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting all the effort into start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like festivals that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah, we'll do our best. You know it! Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Same goal. Freudian slip, people. My bad. Monica must have worked really hard to find these three. Maybe that's why they were so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So Richie, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I muttered quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep, complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination and completely throw you for a loop? Ooh, nailed it! Nailed that quote first shot. Oh man, it always feels so good to read that quote correctly the first time. Oh, all in one breath too. Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at a minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with The Rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh, why's that? Well, Natsuki's eyes started over me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind the last club meeting. It looks like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud! And give it back! Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Siri slides up to Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems? Eh? Well, I guess sometimes. How do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up your readers to exposing your vulnerabilities and showing them the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have experience too, Yuri? Writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel more comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Aww, I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it! Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it'll help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Richie? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. Eh? What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forward with what I had been on my mind the entire time. I never said I was going to join the club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decisions yet. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought, Richie, you all. I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, all the girls' eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy! Suri wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey! You really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone, I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem that bring next meeting so we can all share. Monika looks over at me once more. Richie, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can't really impress this class star Monika with my mediocre writing skills. I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, Richie, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sayori and I never walk home together anymore, because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls: Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in literature club? Perhaps I'll have a chance to go closer to one of these girls. Alright, I just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And yes, it starts with writing a poem tonight. Time to write a poem. Okay, we all know how this works already. And I think right now is actually a good time to leave this episode here. I know this may seem a bit odd, but I do want to continue as well, but I want to leave it at here for now because I don't know. I kind of want to hype myself up for whatever is going to come next. Also, I still have another script for the next Pokemon special. So, anyways, I'm going to leave this video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like, comment what you think, share this video with your friends, and be sure to subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss a single notification. I'll see all of you in the next video. Goodbye!
You say you wanna try, but you never do.